Hello from Mexico. Welcome back to our channel. I hope that you guys are not sick of house updates because today is another house update. Fidel is finally taking the forms off this design so we get to see it. I'm going to show you where Sergio and Jay have gotten on the stucco on the second floor, where the garage is, and where we're at on the flooring in both Damon and Dominic's room. So a lot of updates for you guys. So if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. And you can also hype the video if you love it. Additionally, this is our original content and any unauthorized reposting is prohibited. With all of that being said, let me show you what's going on here at our home build in Mexico. Let's go. Damon's here playing with his cars. Are you playing with your cars? Say it's really cold today, so I got my beanie on and my dinosaur outfit. All right. See if it worked. I've been really nervous about this. I think Fidel's nervous about it too. Also, Lupe is here with David today. So you guys are going to hear him in the background, but he's not being ignored. He's with Lupe. Just helping out. Lupe helps out when I record. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm a lot nervous. Yeah. I know. It's exciting. Yeah. Uh-huh. Daddy's taking off the form so we can see the design. Yep. We're gonna see it. Looks like it's snowing. I'm in Utah. Shout out to Utah. My mom says you guys need snow. She haven't gotten any. Hopefully you get some snow. No, yo tengo nerviosa. No, yo tengo nerviosa. ¿Se ve bien? ¿Sí? ¿De verdad, verdad? Okay, we are going to ask Pancho. Pancho has used these forms before. I'm going to ask Pancho just because I have a feeling that somebody in the comments is going to say something about the way that this is removed or something. So I just want to clarify with Pancho. ¿Eso es normal?
Sí, porque se le pegan el concreto.
Ajá, entonces sí es normal, completamente normal.
Sí. Ahorita okay. Solo le vamos a dar una lijadita para quitarle el unicel que le queda. Ok. Sí, porque había que ponerle tantito aceite para que se resbalara. Pero eso es normal. Ok. Sí. Ahorita con una lijadita se le lija y ya se le quita el... Ok. ¿Por qué no quieren las personas en los comentarios? ¿Se ve bien? A ver, quítala el frente, Fidel, sigue. Él es jugar con la nieve. Hola, bebé. Mira. Mira.
He's only right there because nobody's removing anything. Don't worry.
Mira.
Nieve.
No.
Okay, now they're getting, or now Fidel's taking off the front. Sí. ¿Se ve bien? Se ve bien, Fidel.
Luego también, junto con mi pariente, con cosas que ellos me han enseñado. Estamos aquí, bueno, estamos acá. Sencillo, yo nunca lo había trabajado, estaba bien. Hoy que estoy haciendo aquí sobre casa, pero bueno, es una experiencia para mí nueva. Una experiencia nueva para mí.
gonna see if we have the stuff to, so they can go over it a little bit so you guys can see the design better without all of the leftover stuff, but it's there. It looks beautiful.
Está nevando, está nevando. Nieve, está nevando.
Como Utah. Ahí está, Lupe, es como es en Utah. Miren todos tus carritos están acá. Tienen nieve en tu suéter, Fidel. They're going to go over this with a finish, so they'll be able to smooth out any details that didn't come out perfectly. Okay, so right now Fidel and Pancho are working on getting it cleaned off so you guys can see the design better. But there is one thing I'm going to point out to you guys. If you remember a while back in the videos, I talked about like the tile that we're putting in here, and I showed like the final design of the kitchen, and we talked about like the face of the stairs and things like that. Okay, so we have, I think it's talavera, no? De que nosotros es usar en esta en la escalera y algo así. So it's talavera, es una de específico de Puebla, ¿no?
Exactamente.
Yeah, it's a specific talavera for Puebla. We're putting that in my house because that I'm a huge fan of it, right? We talked about it a while back, I think prior to Vlogmas. So what they're gonna do is on this flat spot right here where you see, there you go, right there, okay? There's gonna be talavera across there. So when they put the talavera on, they're gonna need to close off the very bottom part of this design. So we will lose the very first step in the design because everything will need to be flush with the tile. But we anticipated that that was going to be the case. But I feel like when I show you the design, you guys are gonna see that. So just know that we know we're losing the very, very bottom part of this design. We intended for that, like we planned for that. But this part of the hood will have like the talavera that we're putting here in the kitchen. We have some for the laundry room, we have it for the bathrooms, and we have it for the face of the stairs. And it's traditional to Puebla, and I believe that the one that we're getting is handmade, but I'm not 100% sure because we're working with Guille, our architect, to get that. So as soon as I have that, I'll show you guys, but let me flip this around so you guys can see the design good now that they've got it a little bit more cleaned off. Okay, here's a faraway view of the design so you guys can see it. Fidel just went over it with a wire brush essentially to get most of it off, but like I said, they're gonna put a finish over this. So it looks a little rough, but it won't once they put the finish over it. Let me see if I can get you guys an angle where you can see the design a little bit better. Okay, because of the lighting, if I show you guys the side, it looks a little bit better. So here's what the design looks like on the side. Like I said, we're gonna lose this first step of the design right here. Don't worry about that, it's not a big deal. But we'll lose that once we put the tile over it, the talavera. So we'll lose that portion of it. I'm pretty sure because our talavera is already like on its way, like it's being made. So I'm pretty sure all but a couple of the designs that we chose are done by hand. And then I think there were a couple designs that they didn't do by hand, but that they print. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to get with our architect and ask, but it is here, or it is from the state of Puebla where we ordered it. So once it comes in, I'll show you guys, but I want it to be a surprise. So I'm gonna show you guys when it's on, like when they install it, right? So when the tile is on here and when the tile is on the face of the stairs. But yeah, there's the design. Fidel did a great job. But Fidel has taken the form off of that. I'm going to take you over and show you the progress on the floor installation. So let's go check out the floor installation. So in Damon's room, they have about one row and a little bit left over there against that back wall. And then they can move on to the grout portion, but It's almost completely installed. Is this your bedroom? Oh. And they have the hallway into the closets. So like the linen closets, I guess is what you would call them. And then in Dominic's bedroom, they're currently working on the grout. This looks a little scary, but don't be scared. So right now they're working on the grout in Dominic's room. So they're putting in, as you can see, the grout that we have for this floor is like a chocolate brown. And then we actually chose like a gray grout for the like white kind of tile. That was my choice because the design in it matches the gray, but I don't want white grout in my house. So I went for a gray that matches the tile. So you guys will see that when they do the bathroom installation. Okay, now that you have seen the kitchen progress and the flooring progress, I'm gonna take you guys upstairs so I can show you the progress that Sergio and Jay have made on the stucco on the walls on the second floor. So let me go and show you that because it's a lot. Let's go. Okay, so they're over here working, but we have this hallway with the arches done. So let me take you under here and show you. So this hallway has its stucco, the door, into this room where we're now storing the dog food, as you can see. This room is completely finished. So it has everything it needs on its walls. So weird to see all this. Then I'm also gonna show you Diego's bedroom. And then here's Diego's bedroom. The guys had already done the ceiling, so there is a little bit that Sergio's gonna go over, but they did the walls in here, so the walls are done, including the closet. So Diego's walls have their stucco. They'll go through and just finish out where our guys left off, which is that strip that you see right there. And now these guys are in this hallway. Also, if you guys have watched Beth's video, these guys are super shy. They don't talk a lot. And I'm not forcing them to talk in the video. But I will try and record a little bit of the process so you guys can see how Sergio does this, because obviously it's different than how our workers do it. But Phil brought him in after these guys came for Friendsgiving, so that he could do some stucco work for us, because we've seen Beth's videos and the stucco work that he's done. And so Fidel said, if you're free, come and do some stucco for us. So that's why these guys are doing stucco. So Beth said that that Sergio would probably smile, but that I probably wouldn't really get him to talk. So that's all right. I'll do the talking and try to explain how you do what you do. So Jay, you mix it, right? Yeah. Okay, so Jay mixes the stucco. So I'm gonna show you, go ahead. I'm going to show how you mix your stucco. Water, obviously. And then this is the stucco that we're using. so he just knows what the consistency should be because he's done this a whole lot, I'm assuming, right, Jay? Yeah. Thank you for demonstrating, Jay. Okay, so right now Sergio is working inside the, what do we call this downstairs? A linen closet? I think that's like the term for it. So he does one pass and then goes over it a second time, right? Yeah. So 2 passes total. Yeah. Okay, so 2 passes total. So he'll show you how he does this. Well, we'll record him showing you how he does this. And this is what you did in the US, right, Sergio?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what his first pass looks like. And then once he has his first pass on all of this, he'll go over it a second time. And then you do something with water on the third pass, right?
I just go with the water to
smooth it out.
To smooth it out and erase those big trowel marks.
Oh, okay, perfect. So 3 passes total. Well, he goes over it 3 times total, twice with stucco, and then the final part with water so that he can get a nice smooth finish. And there's a look at how Sergio's doing his stucco. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna take a quick little recess because I need to go pick up Dominic from school. So I'm gonna take a quick little recess, go pick up Dominic from school, then I'll come back and I'm gonna show you guys what they're doing in the garage and a little bit more of what's going on here today. And I'll also show you what I'm making for dinner tonight, which is like a Tex-Mex enchilada casserole thing that Fidel and Diego have been asking for and I haven't done yet. So we're gonna do that tonight for these guys. So let's go pick up Dominic from school. Hello, sir. Did you get a sticker today? Oh no, it's an eyeball. I also wanted to give you guys a quick look at the garage. Right now they have finished two of them. They're starting on this column of those 3 columns that needed to be done. And then the garage is done. So very, very close. Fidel is not gonna do stucco or anything else with the garage for right now. We're not putting flooring in the garage. We're leaving it cement. But we're not doing anything else with the walls either. Here's Dominic. He wants to go home. He does not want to be at the house site. He's got homework, so. But yeah, there's a look at the garage. Okay, so we have a materials delivery. It's 14 bags of cement. The cal that's on the other side is not ours. They're doing a double delivery. But bags of cement, check. So this is what a material delivery looks like for us. Okay, so there is a look at what's going on here at our home build. Everything is moving along pretty quickly. I still feel like I'm trying to catch my breath a little bit. Because this is going a lot faster than I think even I expected. It's been a huge help to have Beth's husband and son here doing stucco upstairs because that's allowing us to get a little bit further on the wall finishes, which I feel like at this stage is taking up a lot of time or has been taking up a lot of time. So now I'm going to take you guys home and I am going to show you what I'm making for dinner and what we're doing for the rest of the afternoon. So let's go home and make some dinner. I'm back home. I have started dinner. I'm using ground pork this time just because that's what I had. But typically I use ground beef for this recipe. I also make the enchilada sauce because I used to, in the US, just buy it in the can, but I don't have enchilada sauce in the can accessible down here. So I just make my own. I will link the video because it's a real old video, but I'll link the video of how I make the enchilada sauce. It's really easy if anybody out there needs to make their own. Otherwise, just use a can of enchilada. But I'm going to show you how to put all this together in a casserole. And it's a lot like lasagna, just, of course, different ingredients. But it's really, really easy. And tonight I'm using this recipe just because it's been a long day and I still have some work meetings to do. So I'm trying to get a quick dinner done and made so that everybody can eat on time, even though I'm going to be in a work meeting. So I am seasoning this with taco seasoning. This is the one that I have on hand. My sister brought it down to me. You can use any taco seasoning you want, or you can season this. I've done it before where you season it like picadillo. You can do that as well. Whatever you want, but you're looking for this to have like the taco seasoning flavor, right? So I'm going to mix this, cook it all up, and then I'll show you what else we add to this before we start building the enchilada casserole. Also, I made some brownies this morning, but I'm making 2 trays. Jay had mentioned that he liked brownies. So I made it a point to remind myself to make them. So I made some this morning, and then I'm making another tray of them because Fidel can eat a whole tray by himself. So I made a whole tray for them and then a tray for the house so that like Lupe and me and the boys can all have the brownies here. And then Fidel and Sergio and Jay can have them as well. Anyway. All right. So this has a lot of different canned ingredients. So it's real simple. Take your seasoned cooked taco meat. You're going to need 1 to 2 cans of beans. I use black beans and I drain and rinse them. Or I use beans. If I have cooked beans, I'll use cooked beans as well. And you're going to use 1 to 2 cans of corn. I can't get the paste salsa here, so I use this salsa, but you can use a jar of paste salsa. I'm using probably about 3 cans of this. And then the original recipe calls for green chilies. I don't have green chilies like in a can, so I use the jalapenos, and I don't use a lot of them, obviously, because I don't want this to be super spicy, but I use jalapenos. You can do fresh jalapenos if you want to. I don't have any on hand, but we're just going to use these diced ones. Whatever you use, just dice it. You're basically just going to add all of this to your taco meat and mix it up, and that's going to be the filling. I've added all of my canned ingredients to this. I've only used 2 of the salsas, these salsas. I'm going to mix it up and just see if I need to add more. So the important thing about this recipe is that it's not a baked good. So you don't need to be exact on measurements for this. You can replace things if you want. If you want to make your own salsa, you can make your own salsa. You can use your like beans that you've made at home. I've done that before. You can change out the jalapenos or leave them out completely. You can use frozen corn, fresh corn, if you cut it off the cob, right? Or canned corn like I do. And then like your taco meat, you can season it yourself or you can use taco seasoning. There are a bunch of different ways that you can do this. So I learned this recipe in junior high, like home ec, basically. And I've used it forever. Fidel and Diego love it. And usually you roll them up, but we're making it casserole style just because that's a little bit easier. But usually you would just roll these up as enchiladas and pour sauce over them and then melt cheese on top. But we're going to layer it like a lasagna, basically, so it's a casserole. Okay, enchilada sauce is at the bottom. I don't do anything with these if I'm not rolling them. If I'm rolling them, I heat them up a little bit just to make them a little bit easier to work with and so they don't crack. But since I'm not doing that today, we're just going to layer these in the bottom on this enchilada sauce, just like this. Then we're going to add some of our mixture on top of that. This is all we're going to do, guys. We're not going to use any more enchilada sauce or any cheese until we get to the last layer. So you're just putting down a layer of this, layering on some more tortillas, layering on tortillas until you get to the top of your pan. Here it is layered to the top almost to the top. And then we're going to add tortillas, one more layer of tortilla. We'll add enchilada sauce and then sprinkle cheese on top. And if you want, you can add cut up olives. I don't have any right now, or like black olives. I don't have any right now, but you can add that to the top as well. So we're going to top this off with tinfoil. We're going to bake it at 350 or 355. I think usually you do it it might be 375. I'm going to look it up. Hold on. Okay, looked it up. It's 375. My apologies. So we're going to bake this at 375 for about 25 minutes, but the last 5 minutes, I'm going to take the tinfoil off and I'm going to broil it. Now that that's in the oven, Damon and I are sitting down and watching Wreck-It Ralph. Dominic stayed at the house site with Fidel today. He wanted to hang out there with Fidel. And Diego is doing schoolwork. So we're going to watch Wreck-It Ralph while that bakes. And then I'll show you guys it when it's all baked and done. This is done and out of the oven. I'm going to cut a piece because Ruby's here. She stopped by. So I'm going to cut a piece for her so she can try it. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. We're going to have Ruby try this. She's having a mango with Damon. Is that good? Did your tia give you a mango? So don't bother me. I'm eating this mango right now. No me molestas.
Voy a estar como Damon con el mango.
¿Sí te gustó?
Delicioso.
Ahí
No,
está.
la verdad, no.
Como ese bebé, it's un mango. There you go. It's got Ruby's seal of approval.